Dastmalchian. There is the face of the purge. Rhys Wakefield. Mena Massoud. Abigail Spencer. Rodrigo Santoro. Gilbert Owuor. Madison Davenport. And executive producer Rory Cochrane. Congratulations, you guys. I was talking to somebody about a week ago, and I told them that I'd seen the pilot, and they had asked me to describe it, and the best I could do was Big Daddy Rock meets Jim Thompson on Mars. Because as close as I could get. You guys are doing a lot of mixing and matching with stuff here. There's like 50s hot rods, there's burlesque houses, and there's 60s bikers, and 70s muscle cars and stuff. Can you talk a little bit about coming up with the look and feel of this world? It's incredible.
Yeah, 100%. Well, speaking of which, by the way, I've been tormenting myself in this entire screen because I failed to mention that we would be nowhere without our pilot director, John Denzel. Took this crazy pitch that I had and made it a reality, and I'm forever grateful to him. So I apologize for I was a little blanked out, I think, earlier. But no, to go off your question, though, for me, it's creating this world that is error ambiguous. So we don't know exactly where, why these elements exist. But for me, it's if it's a show that is about these characters reckoning with their past and kind of chasing down their past and having to deal with the sins of their past, then really wanting to create a world that I don't know. As I get older, I feel like I start to kind of go, well, was that 04? Was that 07? And creating a sense of like, we don't know exactly where we are, we don't know when we are, and finding a fun way to really kind of let that play into the themes of this show. And then on top of that, we have a lot of fun. We kind of draw upon all sorts of different aspects and areas of 20th century pop culture, and it's been a blast. So I think thematically it works, and I also think it's just, we've had a good time.
So let me ask the cast, how did you guys find yourself, like how did you find your way in this sort of meta pulp world that they created? Because you have to hit a certain tone. It's like an orchestra knows, it needs to know which key that it's in while it's playing.
Oh, I said I made a noise, so I guess I'm going to. Well, we take Josh's lead, and then Jonathan, creatively they came together, and then we have our producers, and they're they laid out the tone, the look, everything else, and it was kind of like, okay, I'm a part of this painting, so how do I fit in with the larger scope? Because it is a large world, and a lot of the characters don't cross until, at some point in the storytelling. And I think, we had a lot of conversations. I mean, I was like, I think Doris is blonde. And he was like, I think she is too. And I think Catherine was a brunette. And I'm like, we think so too. And you do a lot of experimenting because we want to be inspired by the film and the noir and the femme fatale, but we're trying to make something new. So it's kind of like A plus B equals this other thing that might be like Z with a thing. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what we're trying to create together, and it's really inspiring because not a lot of people get this opportunity on television.
I felt like the script was just dripping with it too. Like when I first got the script and I read it, I freaked out. I never read anything like this before, and I know there's never been anything on television like this before. And I said to Josh when I first got to meet him, This feels like, David Lynch is driving a hot rod and Quentin Tarantino is driving around and crashing and trying to get amazing. And thank goodness these guys wanted me and this incredible cast along for the ride.
Anyone else?
I kind of am very lucky because I think I have the easiest job adjusting to the world because the audience kind of sees everything for the first time like Ethan does. So, I get to go on set and portray these emotions that I kind of feel in real life, which is like, what the hell is going on here? What the hell is this? So it's a fun ride, and it's an amazing world that Josh and Jonathan have created, and just grateful to be a part of it.
And to talk about the opposite end of the spectrum compared to where Ethan comes into the world, the sets and the locations they chose and the sets they built, wrapping your head around what living in a place like this day-to-day would do to you was really helpful. Just the dirt and the grime and just the harshness of it. It was like, what would it mean to live in this place day to day, year to year, trying to make something of your life? And just fighting against that really helped me find where the character is grounded and where it goes wrong.
Yeah, the setting, the costumes. Let me tell you, it's really easy to be Meredith once you're sucked into that course. That really makes things really real. Because the writing is so solid, the sets, everything. You feel like you're there, and then once you get all into your character, hair, makeup, costume, it's just, you're there. You're there. It makes
The
it
world
very easy.
is very specific, but I think what really, I was blown away when I read the pilot the first time because there's so much humanity. It was just on the page. So yes, the world is amazing, new, we don't know where it is, what time is it, what is going on, but at the end of the day, we're just engaged with the characters. They're very human and complex, and it's all those relationships. So actually being in that world gives us a lot of freedom to play with it. But at the core, it's just the humanity of the characters.
You brought up the sets, so I want to hear a little bit about the design of the Batarang. And Madison, how many takes did that shot require?
You don't want to know.
Well, it was a oneer, so I basically was doing the dance, but so was the camera operator, and it was like we were doing this lovely waltz, and him going backwards with the camera. And how many times did you say we did it, Jonathan?
13.
13! All the way through.
How long is that take? Exactly.
1 minute 40.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And every article of clothing that came off had to go back on. But it was so much fun. It was, once you're in that world, it's like you're in a time vortex, and it doesn't feel like a minute and 40 seconds. It was like a flash.
I want to talk to Abigail and Rodrigo for a second, because I feel like these are the two characters that we're really going to be following throughout this series. And I'm just curious, Abigail, since this really is the anti-rectify, what it was like to play this avenging angel, and I want to hear more about Joe. It's interesting to see him as this tough guy, and then you see that scene with his daughter, and it totally skews everything that you think you know about this guy.
Well, much like rectify, it starts with an R and is one word. It's kind of in the South, so there's some similarities.
Same on the syllables, too.
Yeah, I'm great for pride. Yeah, well, there you go. What was I supposed to do?
We want you to spell both.
Oh, I guess R-E. Well, I guess, it's so interesting. Actually just watching it now and watching it with you all, because we've really been kind of selling this as a revenge story. And then I just watched it and I was like, I think this might be a redemption story. And I think that's kind of the interesting thing for all the characters. You really see everyone just trying to find where their future is going, to right a wrong. And so it can, kind of the classic, maybe things we've done in the past are revenge, but I don't know, I think this is going towards redemption, because when something like that happens to you,
when you are so broken, what's the strongest thing that you can do is rebuild yourself and try and change the future. So I really think that that's the underlying path, and it's cool because that is such a human element to it, but then it's just kind of placed in this, hyper-real, fantastical world. You?
Yeah, Joel, I think when we meet Joel just now, it is in a very interesting place, torn between two kind of opposite directions. He's with Bird being away, the actual leader of the bench brawlers, he took the role of the leader. He has the weight on his back. He's actually trying to maintain order and peace in this violent, lawless world, while trying to raise his 7-year-old daughter. So it's such a contrast, and he's learning to be a father while he has to deal with. Also, I don't want to spoil anything, but he's done some really interesting things in his past, right?
Very interesting.
So he's just got a record with it, and so he's got an internal, massive internal battle, which will be, will evolve as we go with the move on with the episodes. But it's a very, very interesting one, and it's very challenging for me. It's nothing like me. I've never played anything like that, and it's been such a blessing to be able to the opportunity that was given. It's very good.
All right, our time is just about up, but I just want to ask really quickly, how deep in the mythology of the Phoenixes and Brawlers are we going to get in this season? And should we be paying attention to that celestial event?
Thank you. Honor Sky Best Buy in the room.
Yeah. Shout out to Hulu over there, right? No, you should be paying attention to it. I don't know. I think hopefully if we go beyond season 1, we can unpack that more. And I think to me it's going to end up speaking a lot to not only the themes of our show, but the world that these characters are dwelling in. But on top of that, for me, I think when you're creating a fantasy world, I think what really makes it work is that there's a history to it. If you look at Game of Thrones, if you look at, I remember when Game of Thrones had first dropped, and I never read the books or anything, but I remember there was a tweet. I'm totally paraphrasing. I don't know if this is appropriate, but it was funny because I remember someone was like, "Yeah, I feel like if I were a character in Game of Thrones, I would just constantly be like, wait, what was your name again? What was your name?" The thing with that though is what makes that show really work so well is that there's a history to it. Like with Lord of the Rings, there's a history there, and for me, I just really wanted to create a world that there is a history, but we're not revealing everything right out the gate. And I think that's where we'll have a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll keep all of you guys on the ride with us.
What did you guys think about it? Will you tell your friends?
December 6th. Thank you guys so much.
Oh,